Y'all, you coming up, Cam? Huh? Well, just go in until he come out the bathroom. Could you please? Yeah, that's till he come out the bathroom. Mike up.
I thought you would eat.
Nah, I just ate a little half of that sandwich.
It wasn't nothing wrong with that chicken salad.
What chicken salad?
Yeah, what your wife made.
I ain't think so.
Michael, ain't you supposed to be?
Judah, stand up. All right, for to open up a Q&A, we ask that the sisters cover their heads, brothers uncover their heads. Let's face Jerusalem and open up with Lord's Prayer.
Our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Give us this day our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the
For
Lord,
he is good,
for he is
and
good,
his mercy endures forever.
and his mercy endures forever.
Praise the Lord God of Israel.
Praise the Lord God of
For
Israel,
he is good,
for he is
and
good,
his mercy endures forever.
and his mercy endures forever.
These things we pray in Jesus' name.
These things we pray in Jesus' name,
The Holy One of Israel,
the Holy One of
the
Israel,
King of Kings,
the King of
the
kings,
Lord of Lords,
the Lord of
the
lords,
one true
the
God.
one true God.
There is no other.
There is no other.
Amen.
Amen. I need you. Oh, you got a question?
Got one? You gonna let me go first?
So plain, so train. I need you. I need you. Question and answers, Q&A. Questions where we answer the Bible the best we can according to the Bible. We are not all knowing. We have to make this disclaimer just so that you all know that we don't know all of the Bible. But the little bit that we do know, we'll definitely try to run through the scriptures and give those of understanding to any questions that may be Bible related. And whatever we don't know, we usually get with teachers that do know and get back with you at a later date. So with that being said, we usually start in-house with 2 questions and then we go online. So, anybody in-house that may have a question, step to the mound and present thy cause.
You got something? If not, I was gonna go. I ask it real quick.
Man, just ask the question.
All right, I got it.
Jeez.
I got one right here.
Okay.
All right. According to Jude 1:7, can we read that real quick and then I'm
Yep.
gonna ask the question, bro?
Sure.
Jude 1:7. Only one chapter, but Jude 1:7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Question is, what do you suppose in like manner is referred to?
beginning. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and cities about them in like manner. Cities that was, you know, on the outskirts or even on, let's just say St. Augustine from here. You know what I mean? Like, let's just say Jacksonville would consist of Sodom and Gomorrah. St. Augustine was doing the same acts.
Okay.
So that would be in like manner.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Those surrounding cities. Sodom and Gomorrah, they just had the big grunt of it as to what was going on. You know what I mean? But then it says in like manner. It says what? It says cities about them in like manner. So it's letting you know is that cities that was on the outskirts, wherever they were located at, amongst Sodom and Gomorrah, like they was giving themselves over to fornication, going after strange flesh.
That's what I was my understanding on it too.
Oh, okay.
With the brother, but and he gave a great example. I would think like what he said with Jacksonville, like St. Augustine, more so since I know Atlanta.
Right.
How would that be with Atlanta? Like downtown Atlanta, you got like Atlanta city limit.
Right.
And you got like Conyers and
Yep. Conyers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like Norcross.
Norcross, okay, that would be those.
All
cities.
Hampton, all them on the outskirts.
Gotcha.
Even though Sodom and Gomorrah was happening in Atlanta.
Got you.
You know what I mean? You had other little cities that was partaking in the same stuff.
That was right around.
They was right around.
Cities.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Surrounding cities. They
That's
was
what
right
I was
around.
thinking.
Uh-huh.
That's what I was thinking.
So when the Lord sent them fire when the Lord sent fire and brimstone, all them cities got it.
Okay.
All of them.
So I got another follow-up question.
Okay.
Did you want to go back to something else to show on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to Genesis 18 real quick. Nah, go to Genesis 19. We know in 18, that's where the Lord came down to Abraham.
Please with him.
Yeah, so look at Genesis 19, though. Genesis 19, and pick it up at verse. Start at verse 1.
And there came two angels to Sodom at evening.
Mm-hmm.
And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground.
Right.
And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and you shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night.
Yep.
And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get this Bible of the Atlas right quick. We can look at it from a
historical point of view.
From a geographical, if it's in here. If it's in here. Atlas of the Bible. I be saying Bible of the Atlas. Atlas of the Bible. If it's in here, you know what I mean? We could kind of look at mapping and how it's laid out. You keep reading though, bro.
Okay.
Where you just stopped at?
I was at verse 2.
Go ahead. You could.
Read that again.
Nah, go ahead. Pick it up at 3.
And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him and entered into his house.
Yep.
And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat.
Mm-hmm.
But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house around, both old and young,
Yep.
all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man.
So I got 2 daughters that, virgins. They never knew man. All right, keep going.
Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do you to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing.
Yep.
For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
And from looking at this little map, it ain't in on Atlas of the Bible, but it looks like Sodom. It looks like the Dead Sea, and it looks like Sodom is kind of like on one side of the Dead Sea, and Gomorrah's on the other side. So when you think about the Dead Sea, just think about where Moab would be at, right? It's like down there near Jordan or within that area. Moab would be kind of like more northern, but Ammon and Edom would be kind of like down there by Jordan, right? The Jordan River. So when we look at the Dead Sea on this little map, it got Sodom on one side, Gomorrah on the other side, right?
It's a little high.
And then it got Admah, Zebulun, Zar, the Valley of Sidon, you know what I mean? Lot's tent was in that area. Ar, Adar, Kahor. All these are all surrounding little towns and cities within that area, all right? But keep reading. What else it say, bro?
Verse 9. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he would needs be a judge.
Yep.
Now will we deal worse with thee than with them?
Yep.
They pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
Came near to break the door. Skip down now to verse 13. Let's just get to it because let's see what the angels got to say pertaining to what's going to take place in this city. Go ahead.
13. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord.
Yep.
And the Lord has sent us to destroy it.
Yep.
And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law.
Yep. So they mocking. They like, oh man, what you mean the Lord gonna destroy this city? We ain't leaving. Go ahead though.
And when the morning rose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city.
Go ahead.
And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city.
Skip down to 23 and read that.
The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar.
So when Lot entered into Zoar, read 20.
Behold now, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live.
So we talking about, cities that, amongst this Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Did you read 26? I'm sorry, did you read 16?
Yep.
Read 17 now.
And it came to pass when they had brought them forth abroad that he said, Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed.
So we know, Lot's wife was killed. You just read 20, right? Read 21 now.
And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I would not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken.
Go ahead.
Haste thee, escape hither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar.
And Zoar is the city where, Lot and his 2 daughters was able to, flee safely to. Keep reading, 23.
The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar.
Go ahead.
Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven.
Now look at what it said in 25. Go ahead.
And he overthrew those cities.
You see that? Those cities. He ain't just talking about, Sodom and Gomorrah, because when you go back over to Jude tell other cities are, in like manner.
Right.
So whatever was in that vicinity that was caring about, these wicked acts, because look at what the Lord did with the land of Zoar. The Lord preserved that city, and he preserved it for Lot and his daughters them able to, flee and hide out, or not even flee and hide out, flee and escape to. So he said, then he rained Sodom and Gomorrah, brimstone fire from the Lord out of heaven, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain.
Yeah, so them other cities,
Huh? No, we in Genesis 19. Yeah,
25.
25.
So the plain, that's what you was showing on the map. Those
Yeah.
were cities amongst
That's
the plain.
that's all that
the
it was
plain,
in.
that
Yeah,
whole area.
that whole area.
Gotcha.
Keep going though.
And all the inhabitants of the cities.
You see that? All the inhabitants of the cities.
Yep.
And what else?
And that which grew upon the ground.
You see that? And which grew up on the ground, 26.
But his wife looked back from behind him.
Yep.
And she became a pillar of salt.
Yep.
And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain.
You see that? All the land, right? All of that, whatever is, surrounding or near Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's right.
Everybody got it. Because it was going on, not just in Sodom and Gomorrah, it was going on the outskirts as well. That's why Jude said what he said. Keep going, though.
And beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow.
Yep.
When he overthrew the cities in the which Lot dwelt.
Go ahead.
And Lot went up out of Zoar.
Yep.
And dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him.
Yep.
For he feared to dwell in Zoar, and he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters.
Lot was even afraid to really dwell in Zoar openly. It seemed like it was some wicked stuff going on still in Zoar. But he was in the cave. You know what I mean? So in that Jude, he talking about surrounding cities. You know what I mean? They got to run down too. Yeah.
All right, so just a follow-up.
Yeah.
Do you suppose Jude felt the need to explain to us what is literally written in the story of Sodom and Gomorrah? Did you need Jude to explain to you that the cities of the plain were on the same type of time as Sodom and Gomorrah, or could you figure that out from reading the story?
Go to
I'm asking this because I don't think that is what he is referring to.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Gotcha. Go to 2 Peter. Go to 2 Peter chapter 1. It must be a
Michael.
it must be a nest. They right down the curtain. Go to 2 Peter real quick. 2 Peter chapter 1.
CJ.
Go to 1 Peter chapter 2 Peter chapter 1.
All right.
2 Peter chapter 1 and started on before we go here, go to Hebrews chapter 1. We're going to come back here, so hold your finger right here. Go to Hebrews chapter 1 and pick it up at verse 1. Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 1. Go ahead.
God, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
So in past time, hey, the Lord was, using the prophets, speaking unto the fathers, right? But look at what it's saying in verse 2 now. Go ahead.
Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son.
You see that? So now look at how, the Lord is speaking to us by Jesus Christ, his Son. But how is a lot of that done? It's done by way of what? Looking at the Old Testament as well as with the New Testament. You know what I mean? So in time past, hey, the Lord was speaking to the fathers by the prophets. Now in our time, we dealing with the disciples, the apostles, Jesus, as well as the prophets.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it says
Your word.
exactly. So that's why we're gonna look at that Peter next.
Okay.
So it says, go ahead, finish that up.
Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things,
Yep.
by whom also he made the world.
Now I'm going to look at 2 Peter chapter 1 now. 2 Peter chapter 1 now. And now read 18 through 21.
And this voice which came from heaven we heard
Yep.
when we were with him in the holy mountain.
You see that? Because Peter is talking about, what occurred at Jesus at his baptism. And he's talking about how, the voice that was heard, talking about this is now my son in whom I am well pleased.
Right.
So Peter was with, or amongst Jesus when this occurred. So he's giving you his account, right? He's giving you his account, pertaining to what had occurred. Like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they ain't the only ones that got the only accounts.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because when you look at Peter, Peter has an account as well.
With
James got an account also.
He was right there with
They
him.
was all with Jesus. You know what I mean? So it's like now when you look at what Peter is saying here, he's taking you all the way back to what was done in Matthew 17, right? So now look at what he's saying 19. Go ahead and read that, bro.
We have also a more sure word of prophecy.
You see that we got a more sure word of prophecy. Now it's because what we can go back and attest to what was written of the prophets, and now we can see what has occurred even in this time, talking about Peter's time. We got a more sure word of prophecy. It's absolute now. Like what we just read in Hebrews chapter 1, was spoken of by the prophets in the Father's time. Now in our time, we spoken to by the Son, the disciples, the apostles, and the prophets. It's a more sure word of prophecy. We got a fuller understanding than what Peter them had when he was alive, because we got it all now. So now it's like what we read in Genesis 19 is as if like Jude is giving you a further understanding on what really was going on. It wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah. When you look on the plains or when you look on a map geographically, you seeing all of these little outskirts, towns near Sodom and Gomorrah. They all was partaking in the same wickedness. So it says what? They got a more sure word of prophecy where what?
Whereunto you do well that you take heed,
Yep.
as unto a light that shineth in the dark place, until the day dawn and the day star rise in your hearts.
So we just looking at,
At 20.
yeah, read that.
22?
Yeah, I did say read 18 through 21.
Yep. Knowing
We
this
we
first.
in 2 Peter chapter 1. 2 Peter chapter 1. And we on verse 20 now. Go ahead. You there? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
Yep.
For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man.
You see that? It didn't come in old time by the will of man, but what?
But holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
So, hey, my kids, y'all better chill out. Don't move anymore, Zion. So, when you look at, go to Isaiah chapter 8 real quick.
And that 2 Peter 2 right there too was just showing like what he was talking about in turning the cities. And still talking about the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Let's read that real quick. Let's read that. And then we're going to go to Isaiah 8.
Okay.
Yeah, read that 2 Peter chapter 2.
In verse 6.
2 Peter chapter 2.
Verse 6.
Yep, go ahead.
And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Start at verse 4, though.
Okay.
Yep.
For if God spared not the angels that sinned,
Yep.
but cast them down to hell,
Go ahead.
and delivered them into chains of darkness,
Yep.
to be reserved unto judgment,
Go ahead.
and spared not the old world,
But what?
but saved Noah the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
On the ungodly, right? The Lord spared 8 souls, and yet he brought the flood upon the ungodly, right? You know, but just think about it. If all we had was, Genesis, when we see the flood, how will we know that Noah was a preacher of righteousness?
Now we know what
We-
that preacher of righteousness.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's why the Lord spared him. Not only that, like when you look at Seth's seed, what it said about Enos is when men began to turn back to the Lord or start calling on the Lord. Letting you know is that them boys was preaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now looking at, Jude, or I think it's Peter, where it talks about Noah. Yeah, it is Peter.
Yeah.
It's talking about Noah, a preacher of righteousness. How we know that? Because he came out of the cloth of Seth. And we see Enos turning people back to God, and it continue all the way on into Noah. That's why the Lord spared him.
And we find that all out from the new book.
We all find that out from the new book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dang.
So the Lord spared Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Now think about it. I always say this. The Lord had already allowed the godly seed to die off before the flood came in. He didn't kill Seth them with the flood. Nah, they died before the flood came in. The Lord killed the ungodly men, right? With that flood.
What?
So now when we see right here, we see is that what? In the end of verse 5, it says, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly and doing what?
And
Verse 6.
turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow.
You see that? So the Lord is just showing you how he bringing destruction to ungodliness. He's showing you how he brought destruction to ungodly during the days of Lot and Noah them. Not Lot, but Noah them. You know what I mean? Now he taking to some more destruction in the days of Abraham with Lot them when he rained down fire and brimstone. He said, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making what?
Making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
Because how will we know that these are examples for us? You know what I mean? If we just reading it, yeah, we see, all right, cool, the Lord knocked off all them people in Sodom and Gomorrah, like, all right, cool. That's supposed to remind you that men and men ain't supposed to be laying together. You know what I mean? Because this is what's going to happen. Sodom and Gomorrah is an example. Right. The Lord ain't playing. So he's making this aware. That's why.
By the mouth of the prophets.
But look at this, though. Check this out.
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at this.
Oh, that's somebody riding by? I thought that was my phone.
Finish that up and on.
Okay. Making them an example unto those that are that after should live ungodly.
You see that? And what else?
And deliver just Lot.
Yep.
Vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
You see that? Deliver just Lot, verse 8. Now how will we know? You know what I mean? But better yet, like it says just Lot.
Yeah. Yep.
But if we go and read in Genesis, it was his daughters them too.
Yep.
That's how Ammon and Moab came about, because they went in and slept with their daddy, and now you got Moab and Ammon, and that's how they came about. But how would we have known that? This is why you need all of the Bible within itself, because it's all telling the same story. One aspect is just giving you a more understanding on what the other aspect is saying. You know what I mean? But keep reading, though. What else it says?
Verse 8, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds.
You see that? Because Lot was vexed. He in the land. Sin was all going on. Boy, man, he'll take my daughters, man. Y'all tripping.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he willing to give up his own daughters because he vexed with what, you know what I mean? Now he go to his boys or his son-in-laws. It seemed like they must was enjoying what was going on because they mocking him. You know what I mean? Like, they must have got caught up in some of the foolishness. You know what I mean? Because he telling them, hey, y'all, man, we got to dip, y'all. They mocking him like, man, what he talking about? Why we got to leave? You know, I like what I'm seeing. They should have been like, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's grab our wives. Let's dip. They want to stay back. You know what I mean? They must was having a good time. They didn't come.
Who that?
The son-in-laws.
Yeah. They thought they stepdad was tripping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they must was enjoying what was going on.
They thought they stepdad was tripping.
Because they should have admitted. They should have been immediately like,
think about that. Yeah.
man, you ain't finna give my wife to nobody.
Right.
That's what they should have said to they father-in-law. No, daddy, you ain't giving my wife to nobody.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
They mocking him like, nah, we ain't going nowhere. Dad. I don't know what you talking about. They probably talking to each other. He over there tripping.
He tripping. Yep.
They ain't gonna tell me let's leave.
For real.
Like, nah.
That's how we looked at it. We talk about,
Yeah.
something too. Yep.
Yeah, like when we was in the world.
Yeah.
And we was enjoying sin. Boy, I ain't ready to go yet, bro.
Yep.
You know? Like, bruh, I ain't ready, bruh. It ain't nothing but 11 o'clock, bruh.
Yep.
Like, damn, we got to leave the party this early?
Yep.
No, bruh.
Yep.
Hey, you might want to catch a ride, bruh.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You tell your ride, hey, I'm
Yeah.
going to just catch a ride.
Yeah.
And
And he the smart one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He leaving early like, yeah, bruh. But we stand back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Enjoying. So that probably what was going on with Lot's children. Son-in-laws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but how do we know that though?
We needed this new book.
You know what I mean? You supposed to be up here anyway. Why you getting the mic?
Yeah, you need
You
to be up
be
here.
sit. You supposed to be sitting.
Yeah. But look at verse 9.
Yeah, keep reading. We gonna read into it.
Yeah.
What you about to say, June?
Hey, he going.
Wait, Lot.
Hold on. What channel it say on there? No, my bad. I got you. Cause that's the singer. That's them singer mics.
Lord.
Let me turn your gain down. That's them singer mics, so they be up. Turn it on again, June.
Yo.
Do it now.
Yo. All right, cool.
Yeah. I had to turn your gain down.
All right, so Lot. Well, just to say, just to piggyback on what y'all was just talking about, how Lot's son-in-laws didn't want to leave or was mocking Lot. Lot was they.
Hey, you gonna lock that front door?
Even though the Bible don't say
You locked it
but they
already?
may
Okay, he
have
locked
been
it.
Caught up in
Sonel locked.
the foolishness that was going on. In
Say it
Sodom and
again?
Gomorrah, because Lot was quick to give his daughters, to give up his daughters.
Yeah.
Now had
So he might
like you see what I'm saying, he might have already knew them guys was
look.
they
It's
was-
his son-in-law
Yeah, they
now.
were fruitcake.
They-
you know
They
what I'm
sweet
saying?
anyway.
They was
Okay.
sweet.
They might.
You know my
Gotcha.
daughters, man, 'cause them jokers ain't. Yeah, they
Even though
They ain't even take their hand in marriage all the way like
yeah,
that.
something.
Yeah.
Because if you was a real dude,
He ain't giving
but at the same time, Lot was like, bro, this is crazy. Y'all take my daughter. So who knows really what?
But right here it's saying Lot was vexed. He was vexed seeing all of that. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Unlawful
So he
deeds.
probably was like, man, what the heck is going on? Me, I'll take my daughters, but at the same time, it's like them dudes probably that like the sons-in-laws. He didn't even take them into consideration. I don't know if they was already. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I see what you're saying though.
No, I get it.
Definitely. It say, boy, he was seeing and hearing
Yeah.
all the events and righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds.
Bruh, they probably was with it.
Now that you say something, I look at it like that.
They probably.
Cause you would think, but he gonna get how you gonna get my wife over to somebody?
For real. Boy, you ain't giving my wife to nobody, Pop. Yeah. I'm right there with them, man. And I got a virgin. Boy, I'm gone.
Yeah, but he
But
said
they-
but
I'm
was
gone.
mocking them, so
But
they
they
was mocking them. So
they was
that's
mocking
that's
Lot.
one key.
Yeah, they was marking lots. So they
could have been on some more stuff. Okay.
they probably was trying.
They
They probably thought them angels was looking mighty lovely to them too. You know what I mean? You know, but keep reading though. What else
Verse
it say?
9.
Yeah.
The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation.
You see that? The Lord knew how to do. The Lord knew what He was doing. That's why He had that conversation with with Abraham. You know what I mean? He was like, man, you mean to tell me for 50? He kept going down in numbers.
All the way to 5.
You know what I mean? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, they gave 5 people in the city, but I'm gonna overthrow it. You know what I mean? Like 5. He in other words, he's saying, ain't gonna be that many righteous, Abraham.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the Lord knew what He was doing, because He spared Lot. You know what I mean? He sent them angels in there to spare Lot and his whole family. Right, but we ain't gonna know all of that if nothing else of the Bible ain't added to it.
Yeah, that's right.
We ain't gonna really know all of that. You know what I mean? Keep reading though. What else is
So we
that?
can pick up from this right here that his wife wasn't just.
Nah. She looked bad.
Yeah.
She looked bad like we really gotta leave so soon. She talking to her husband. She looking bad like, yeah. Bro, that's why the Lord turned into salt. You don't even need to look back. You know what I mean? Because if you're looking back, you feel like you're missing something. You know what I mean? Or you got to get one more last look. You know, you never seen nothing like that. Oh, wow. And you just looking, whatever, and the Lord turned her into some salt. So she wasn't just either. No. Not if she got killed like that.
That's a bad way to go out there.
Keep reading though, verse 10.
And to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished.
Yep, to the day of judgment. Verse 10.
But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government.
Do what?
Presumptuous are they, self-willed,
Yep.
and they are not afraid to speak evil of dignity.
Go to 1 Corinthians real quick. We see y'all with the questions. We coming to y'all after this. Go to 1 Corinthians 10.
But I got to go back and read that. Peter was going in on that one.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Going in. What'd you say?
Go to Romans 15.
Dang, Peter.
Yeah, they ain't got to go to 1 Corinthians. Paul going to say it over here in Romans. Yeah, he going to say it over here in Romans 15.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jane knew her eyewitnesses too.
Oh, yeah, them boys right there.
Dang.
Jude, you know what I mean? Jesus. James, the brother of Jesus.
But Titus and Timothy,
they
were Paul boy that he put on.
Paul boys that he put on.
Yeah. So they ain't have her. That's why Paul wrote them letters.
Wrote them
tell
letters.
Them, like, this how you do this. This how you do that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Man. But Peter and them boys right there.
They were. Right there. Peter was one of the ones Peter was one of the ones I want to say in that Matthew 15. He took them and showed them the vision. Yeah, Moses and Elijah.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh man, you want us to make us a statue here for all of them?" Jesus told them, "Don't tell nobody of the vision." But Peter was one of the ones that was amongst them. Yeah. But look at this Romans 15 though. Romans 15. Start at. Hold on, I might want 1 Corinthians 10 instead.
Hey, Peter.
Hold on, 1 Corinthians 10.
That example.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what it said.
Yeah, let's read it in 1 Corinthians 10 instead. Because in Romans 15 and 4, it ain't. I don't want that one. No, you know what? Read 15 and 4. Right. Just that one verse. Romans 15 and verse 4. Yep.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
Aforetime, that's before, right? In the past, were what?
Were written for our learning.
That what?
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures.
Comfort of the scriptures. We talking about Old Testament. Comfort of the scriptures that what?
Might have hope.
Might have hope.
Man. Boy,
might have hope. Man. Now go to 1 Corinthians 10.
Wow.
1 Corinthians 10 and read now 18. Because how we know these boys was, committing fornication in Numbers. You know what I mean? When they was sleeping around with the daughters of Moab. Numbers chapter 9. How we know? That, you know what I mean? That was fornication. It's called a whoredom. You know what I mean? But we know that fornication, according to the Bible, is a broad sexual immorality against God. We know that many acts can fall up under fornication, adultery, bestiality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sodomy. Like, we know all of that stuff fall up under fornication.
Right.
But how would we really get that if we don't have a New Testament to further our understanding on the matter? Because look at what it says in verse 8. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, verse 8.
Yep, 10 and 8. Okay. Start right there.
Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed and fell in one day, 3 and 20,000.
You see that? The Lord knocked off. In the Old Testament, he say 24,000.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right here, he said 23 is like a give or take. You know what I mean? It's like somewhere in that vicinity, it was a large number, in other words. But keep reading, though.
Verse 9.
Yep.
Neither let us tempt Christ.
Yep.
As some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpent.
Now look at what we reading, bro. Paul ain't saying nothing no different. You know what I mean? It ain't like Paul giving you something extra. Nah, it ain't. Nah, he's giving you exactly what occurred within the Old Testament. So guess what Jude is doing? The same exact thing. When he's talking about these cities in like manner, he giving you the same thing. Guess what? Boy, it was some other cities other than Sodom and Gomorrah that got fire and brimstone rained on. Right. You know what I mean? That's what he doing. Yep. All right, but keep going, though. What else it says?
Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer.
Now look at what 10 say.
Now all the verse 11.
I'm sorry, 11.
Now all these things happened unto them for example.
Yep.
And they are written for our admonition.
For our admonition, our warning. Upon what?
Upon whom the ends of the world are come.
Upon whom the ends of, that's us. Yeah. So, bro, like, yeah, if they don't want to, receive that, we don't need that. Well, you gonna have a glass half full, boy. You know what I mean? You need. Look, we're gonna read one more spot, Isaiah 8. Yeah, we're gonna read this one.
Deuteronomy 29 real quick, bro.
Okay.
I'm saying, go ahead. Do you?
Isaiah 8.
This is what I was showing him.
Isaiah 8 and 20. Go ahead.
To the law and to the testimony.
Yep.
If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
We need both. You know what I mean? We need to be speaking, from the law to the testimony. So that's why we need all of it, because it's a more sure word of prophecy. According to what Peter said. But you said go to Deuteronomy what now?
29 and 23. This was I wanted to see if these were some of those cities that was that's what when I looked it up.
Yo, I just read some. I was just reading some of them. Yeah. So let's read it.
And that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown, nor beareth, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboam, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and in his wrath.
Yeah, so there was some of them cities I had on that map.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So yeah, that's it. You got
that's it for me.
Okay. You had a question now?
But this had literally just happened. I went outside.
Damn, we got a lot of questions.
Yeah, I just seen.
All right, we coming, y'all. we see y'all questions. Go ahead, Sanel.
All right, my question came from when I went outside not too long ago, and I seen some fallen branches and stuff on the ground. You know what I mean, from the palm trees and stuff. So I just picked it up to get it out the way. You know what I mean. Then there happened to be some more around there. You know what I mean. So I just grabbed them and put them by the trash can out the way. You know what I mean. At the end of what the thought hit me was picking up sticks on the Sabbath day. You know what I mean? Why I was putting them over there. So I paused. And I was like, man. So then so the question came up like, is this picking up random fallen branches in the church or to clean the area on the Sabbath? Is that the same as scripturally picking up sticks on the Sabbath day or doing good on the Sabbath day?
Hey, ask it again one more time.
You got what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm asking. That's why I said ask it again one more time.
Is picking up random fallen branches in the church?
Picking up random fallen branches, like what you was doing.
All right, it was just in one area specifically.
Right.
I mean?
So
like to put it out of the way, you know what I mean?
You talking about branches, right?
Yeah, palm tree
Okay,
branch,
because you said random branches in the church. I ain't.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, is the clean the area on the Sabbath? Is that the same as scripturally picking up sticks on the Sabbath, or doing good on the Sabbath day?
Right. Okay. I mean, you just picking up sticks. You know, apparently the Lord saw something that whatever occurred in Numbers 15 or something like that. Let's go and read that. Okay. Yeah, Numbers 15. Let's start at though. Let's start at 30 though. Cause we kind of was touching on this in kids class today. This same, yeah, we was touching on this in kids class. Numbers 15, 30. Yeah, we're gonna start at 30. Yep. Cause look at what this verse 30 say though. You know what I mean? And let's see, was this what you was doing when you was picking up them palm tree branches? Go ahead.
But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously.
Now you know what presumptuously mean, right? No, Numbers 15 and verse 30. Yeah. Numbers 15 and 30. Go ahead again.
But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously.
Now stop right there. Presumptuously. That means to like willfully sin. Presumptuously, like, you know, like the Lord told you what not to do and yet you still gonna do it anyways. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now we're gonna continue to read because we read that. Is that what you was doing when you was picking up sticks? No, you just saw the sticks. Let me just move this out the way real quick. Right, all right. So we just keep in mind, you know, as we're reading, like, does this really apply to you? You know what I mean? Because you just saw some sticks. That's just like if I saw some trash on the ground. I'm going to just pick it up and throw it in the trash. You know what I mean? I'm going to move these dead palm tree branches wherever they need to be moved to. But keep going, though.
But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth the Lord. And that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
You see that? The Lord talking about killing, right? You sin willfully. If you go against the Lord willingly, you know, the Lord is talking about killing. Because what? 31.
Because he hath despised the word of the Lord
and
have broken his commandment.
And what else?
That soul shall utterly be cut off.
His what?
His iniquity shall be upon him.
So you ain't thinking that you got sin upon you for picking up no sticks or no palm tree branches. You ain't, you know, you just picked them up. Keep reading. But so we reading all that to now look at what we finna read into. 32.
And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness,
they what?
They found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath.
So, you know, this person wasn't just randomly picking up some palm tree branches. Nah, that ain't what he was doing. You know, it seemed like he was doing a little bit more because look at what they did. They found the man gathering sticks. 33.
And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron.
Yep.
And unto all the congregation.
And did what?
And they put him in war.
So they put him in jail, a holding area until what?
Because it was not declared what should be done.
So they didn't really know, but they knew, right? They knew what was supposed to be done, but they may have thought that the Lord may be a little merciful because the Lord had already said, the soul that sin presumptuously, I'm gonna cut them off, right? So now we see is that they put him in ward till what?
Because it was not declared what should be done to him.
35.
And the Lord said unto Moses,
Yep.
the man shall be surely put to death.
Yep.
All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the count.
So, we looking at, whether the brother was picking sticks to kindle a fire, picking sticks to, be working. I don't know, but we do know that this brother was killed behind whatever act, he committed against God. You picking up sticks or picking up palm tree branches, that don't hold the same weight. And I think you even said it, doing good on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? Because it is good to do good on the Sabbath. So go over to the Gospels real quick. I don't know. I'm using Google right now. Matthew 12. Yeah, Matthew 12 and go to Matthew 12 and perfect. Kill two birds with one stone. It's all in Matthew. What I want to read as well. Blameless.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Matthew 12 and start at verse 1.
At that time, Jesus went on the Sabbath day through the corn.
Mm-hmm.
And his disciples were in hunger and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day.
Yep.
But he said unto them, Have you not read what David did?
Look at what he's saying. He's saying, have you not read? I just want to hear if you was good. Have you not read what David did when he was in hunger?
And they that were with him?
And they that were with him, what'd he do, bro?
How he entered into the house of God and did eat the showbread.
He ate the showbread, which was what?
Which was not lawful for him to eat.
You see that? It wasn't lawful for him to eat because this for the priests. Right? You know what I mean? This stuff right here is holy showbread. Ain't given to common folk, but David was in hunger and fed them. Go ahead.
Which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him,
Go ahead.
only for the priests.
But only for the priests, verse 5.
Or have you not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless?
You see that? The priests, they profane the temple and are held blameless. Because certain things got to be done. Babies get circumcised on the 8th day. It might fall on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? A candle, the fire is always burning on the Sabbath. Fire can't go out. You know what I mean? So we might have to get some wood to keep this fire going. You know what I mean? They probably have to go and get some sticks to, better yet, the Lord is organized, so they probably already got a bundle or whatever already right there, and just they keeping that fire going. You know what I mean? They working. You know what I mean? So even like here, sure, we got to clean up the church. You know what I mean? Certain things got to be done around the church in order for the church to be, going or functioning. You know what I mean? So we clean up, we sweep up, we vacuum.
That one day the thing was in there leaking. You had
Yeah,
to get in there,
had to get in there, get up under the sink
Yep,
and
yep.
stop it from leaking.
Yep.
Toilet get plunged, get backed up. You gotta
Yep.
plunge it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's stuff that gotta be done. You see branches falling down in the yard, pick them up. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know, let that HVAC system go back out. He gonna probably try his best to get it back
Try to go
on.
up there and get to see what he can do with it. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like, but you know, it's things that gotta be done, you know, to keep, you know, the ball rolling. So even with the priests, you know, that equates all the way unto us. This is why Jesus saying what he's saying. Because, you know, these church folks coming up to Jesus trying to trip him up about, man, these people, why they walking through the cornfield plucking ears? And plucking ears of corn ain't easy. You got to rip that stuff open. You know what I mean? You got to work to get that corn. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it ain't easy. So they looking at him like, man, they doing too much. What you talking about, bro? They feeding themselves. You know, so he had to hit them with, dude, you realize what David did? David ate holy bread that was only for the priests because he was in hunger. Well, we just going to let him die? Oh, man, you know, somebody, my daughter fall, hit her head, and she bleed. You know, if Kriya can't do whatever she could do for her, we going to take her to the ER. Serious, we getting her to the ER. You know, anybody in here with expertise in that type of department, we're going to let them try to do whatever they could do. But if not, let's take her to the ER. What, I'm not supposed to do that because it's the Sabbath? Nah, so you know, all of this would be considered you doing good. Right. You know, when you look at Numbers 15, it seemed like that brother was doing something he ain't had no business doing. You know, that's why we read that to see if that lined up with what you was doing. He just saw some palm trees on the ground. And let me go and throw this stuff over here on this pile. That's it. You know.
If he was out there with a bag, he got
yeah, you out there. You actually got a rake. You out there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got some clippers. You know, you head. Like, nah, bro, you doing too much, bro.
Right.
Yeah, bro, just, you know, just I mean, you could have left the palm tree there if you wanted to. You know what I mean? But was you in error for picking it up and throwing? Nah, bro, because you weren't doing it to the level of what we read about the brother in Numbers 15. But keep reading, though. What else it says?
Verse
6, yep.
But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. Mm-hmm. But if you had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. You would not have condemned the guiltless.
You see that? You condemning the guiltless. You know what I mean? Like, you condemning these people. They just trying to feed themselves. Right. And you trying to condemn them. Keep going, though.
For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath.
You see that? Jesus, Lord of the Sabbath. Go ahead.
And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue. And behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day?
Is it lawful to heal? Go ahead.
That they might accuse him.
You see that? Because that's what they really trying to do.
Right.
Well, he breaking the law of Moses.
Right.
You know what I mean? He doing something different, bro. I don't know what he doing, man. That man with that willing hand, he can wait till the first day to get that healed. That's probably what they thinking. That's wicked. Man, don't heal him yet. Right. The sun ain't down yet. You know what I mean? Right. You know, that could be in here. Man, wrap her head tighter. You know what I mean? Compress her head, man. Just hold it until the Sabbath, and then we'll take her. Boy, if you don't get out of here. Yeah, well, we going, but you're trying to be over righteous. That's what that's been. You know what I mean? Being a little over righteous. So right here, you know. He say what?
And behold, and they asked.
Where you at? What verse you at?
Verse 10.
Okay, go ahead.
And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days? That they might accuse him.
Yep.
And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep?
Have one sheep.
And if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out?
I'm going to lift him up. My one sheep in the pit on the Sabbath, but I'm finna go get my sheep out of the pit. You know what I mean? Or I'm just going to let him sit there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll come back to you after the Sabbath. He might be dead. You know what I mean? A wild beast probably don't came through and slew him. Yeah. But keep reading verse 12.
How much then is a man better than a sheep?
Yep.
Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath day.
So, it's lawful to do well on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? Like, and then what you was doing, that's light, man. You know what I mean? Like, you picking up a palm tree. Again, that. Yeah, hit you. Yeah, man. Don't go too far with it though.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Don't just go around the building and every palm tree you see start picking them up and putting them in a pile.
Yep.
Don't do that.
I think it was one feast day we was here, and I asked you. I said, we used that dumpster. It was like when we first moved in the building. And you
Yeah.
was like, yeah, but you was like, just probably just wait till we get done, cause I was about to, you know what I'm saying? I was about to get all the trash. So,
Yeah.
Going a little bit too far, you know what I'm
Yeah, just relax.
saying? Yeah, just relax till the sun go down,
Yeah. So don't just
too far.
don't go too far. I see a palm tree branch over there. There go another one. Brother Marcus, don't you got a rake back there? Nah, bro, just wait.
Okay.
Yeah, so but all right, we online. J Hunt. It says, "Blessed Sabbath, family." Oh, he telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, is he telling you, hey, man, you need to get better. You don't be doing that no more? Yeah, get on them. Get them. Get back to fuel. I like that little. I think I was reading for one time. I like that little slogan. Fuel your faith Fridays. I like that. Yeah, you right. He get back on them. Get on them about that. Yep. What verse explains that Bozrah is Esau? That's Julius. That's Julius' favorite.
Yes,
That's Julius' favorite verse. Who are that dyed garments? Thank you. I knew he knew it. Isaiah 63. Isaiah 63. And pick it up at verse 1. What verse explains that Bozrah is Esau? Yup. That's a quick one.
So that's 63:1.
Yep.
Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?
Yep. You see that? Yeah, go right there. That's one and the same. What verse explains that Bozrah is Esau? Edom, Bozrah, they all one and the same. It says dyed garments from Bozrah, right? Talking about land, right? But we just talking about Edom though. But in verse 1 it said Esau. Keep reading.
This that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Yep.
Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Yep.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury.
Go ahead.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and
Go
the
ahead.
year of my redeemed is come.
Keep reading though.
And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me.
Go to Isaiah 34. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little land. Yeah. That's where them boys was at. Now go to Isaiah 34 now. Isaiah 34, pick it up at verse 1. Go ahead.
Come near, ye nations, to hear,
Yep.
and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and of all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
Yep.
He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Delivered them to the slaughter. He talking about Esau. In this sense, keep going though.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
With their blood. Skip down to verse 6. Let's just go ahead and get right to it. Go ahead,
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood.
It's filled with blood.
It is made fat with fatness.
And what else?
And with the blood of lambs and goats.
You see that? Because he likened this into a sacrifice. Look at what he's saying. It's like the blood of lambs and goats, and with fat kidneys of rams for what?
For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah.
And what else?
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
You see that? They all the same. All the same. We talking about land masses, but we talking about the inhabitants of that land. Esau, Edom. Idumea is another name for Esau and Edom. But look at what it said. It says, for the Lord have a sacrifice in Bozrah and a great slaughter in the land of Edom. Go to Exodus 12 real quick. Exodus 12:21. Exodus 12. Hold on, let me see if I want this. Nah, we don't need that. We don't need that. But yeah, that's really what it is. What is it? JB Hunt? Not JB Hunt. I'm talking about the trucking company. J Hunt. What verse explained that Bozrah, Isaiah 60, what was that? 63? And Isaiah 34. Yeah, so you want to add something to that, bro?
No, sir.
All right, go to Ezekiel 35 real quick. Yeah, look at that Ezekiel 35 and 15. This will be the last one. Just talking about how all of it is dealing with the same individual. Edom, Esau, Mount Seir. Because they're going to say the same thing over here. This is Ezekiel 35. Ezekiel 35. And go ahead and start at verse 1. He's talking about all of Esau right here. Go ahead.
Ezekiel
35 and verse 1.
Ezekiel 35:1.
Yep.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Yep.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Because what?
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
You see that? When we read perpetual talking about the Sabbath, that means it's ongoing. The Lord ain't stopped hating Esau is what he's saying right here. A perpetual hatred. And what else?
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Yep.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
You see that? You took advantage of them boys when I was up on them. The Lord was whooping them down, and here you go, one to jump in and take advantage of. Nah, the Lord hot with that, though. Verse 6.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Yep.
Sith thou hast not hated blood,
Yep.
even blood shall pursue thee.
You see that? Blood always going to be after thee. Meaning like, boy, you always going to be up under the blade. You've been living by the sword, you're going to always die by it. That's what he getting at. Blood going to always be trailing you. Verse 7.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate,
Yep.
and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
Keep reading, though.
And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
That's it on that. So, we just seeing Mount Seir, Idumea, Bozrah. They all same people, land people, so.
About that Obadiah and stuff too, but I mean that's just
That's just another one. Yep. All right. Cameron Joyner. Can you clarify a debate I saw going on social media about Jacob and Esau? Well, we know they were both twins, but some say they were the same color, and some say they were two different colors. Okay. Can you explain what the Bible says about us? Okay. All right. Go to Genesis. Genesis. One thing we do know, It's two nations, though, right?
Yes, sir. Genesis
Two.
25 or 27, one of them.
Yeah. We know it was two nations in the womb of Rebekah. So go to 25. 25 and pick it up at 20. Yep, go ahead.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram,
Yep.
the sister to Laban the Syrian.
The sister to Laban the Syrian. Go ahead.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because
Yep.
she was barren.
Because she was barren, right? She couldn't have babies at this point. So she was barren.
I'm sorry, the husband entreated the Lord.
Right. Isaac entreated the Lord. You know what I mean? For his wife. Like, man, Lord, she ain't, the wife ain't having no babies. However, he prayed to the Lord. He was doing it on her behalf.
That's right.
Yep. But keep going though.
Because she was barren and the Lord was entreated of her.
Yep.
Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
She conceived. So, the Lord granted Isaac his prayer. All right. 22.
And the children struggled together within her.
Yep.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Now she going to inquire of the Lord like, man, boy, there's a struggle with this in my belly. Like, why is this going on? That's what she's saying. Like, why is this? Like, man, this thing tough. You know what I mean? 23.
And the Lord said unto her,
Yep.
2 nations are in thy womb.
So we know it's 2 nations, right? 2 nations are in thy womb. What else?
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
You see that? So these 2 manner of people are going to be separated from my bowels. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
And what
people.
else?
And the elder shall serve the younger.
So the oldest one, he going to serve the younger, right? That's the same thing that took place with what? Ephraim and Manasseh. You know what I mean? The elder served the younger. And it seemed like the Lord knew why this thing had to be intact like that. Because it seemed like the elder boy, he just hitting his head real hard. So the younger one going to watch. And sometimes, usually the younger one, they see all the licks the elder taking, and they probably, look at things a little different. But that's just my saying. But anyhow, we see that the Lord just said what? The oldest is going to serve the younger. Now what it say in verse 24?
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled,
Yep.
behold, there were twins in her womb.
That's why she was thus. She wrestling with twins. Right? 25.
And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
Now look at what the Bible is giving, the description of Esau. It said he was red all over like a hairy garment. And they what?
And they call his name Esau.
So he came out red all over. I don't know what that looked like. I don't think it's the color of a crayon.
Right.
You hold up a red crayon.
Right.
This is what Esau. I don't see that as, because the Bible called on David rubbish or ruddy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and I got some cousins that be ruddy. They got red with freckles. They got that brown hair. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
That's what that is.
That's what that is, like that type of complexion. You don't see him like that.
Thank
You get 2 of them, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what that.
That's what that, yeah. You know what I mean? So it says,
Red, though.
yeah.
You know how
They red though, yeah.
he red.
Yeah, he red.
He
You know what I
red,
mean? Like
yeah.
a sand red or a
Sand,
brick or a
yes,
brick red.
absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I
okay.
mean?
Okay.
So that probably could have been how Esau looked in this case. All right. So it says all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. What is it in 26?
And after that came his brother out.
Yep.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Yep.
And his name was called Jacob.
Go ahead.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
So, it don't really give you, color description on on Jacob, right? But we do know that the Bible made a distinctive difference between the two. He He said that Esau came out this color. They wasn't the same color.
Right.
That verse 25 is letting you know they're not the same color. You know, because he spoke this of Esau. You know, had this been of Jacob, you know, it would have been a run-on sentence. And, you know, the Lord, in situations like this, the Lord is very contrast in situations like this. He could have been very contrast if Jacob was the same color. But nah, Jacob ain't the same color. You know, Esau came out red, not Jacob. So, you know, when we talking about them being the same color, nah, they wasn't the same color, according to what we just read. But some say they were the same color. Yeah, that's fine. They not the same color. Hmm? You got talking to the mic, sir. Yep. No, you fine.
1 2 testing 1 2. All right, so you see that the Bible specifies that Esau was the first came out red, hairy, as if, you know, hey, Jacob wasn't, his color wasn't specified. Therefore, Esau must have had to look different.
Yeah.
Had to. Why would they say he came out red?
Right.
Everybody wasn't red. That's why.
Right.
It's like, oh, hey,
He had a unique look.
Yep.
he has a unique, specific, unique look.
Yep.
And he was hairy, like a hairy. Like,
Right.
what is happening here? Why he red and hairy? You know, so just saying. I'm just saying.
Right.
And then you see the descendants of Esau, what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
Right today,
Yeah.
they don't look like the descendants of well, I mean, not really, Jacob. But,
Them features though, them nose and them lip features look.
they have features
we,
because
we,
they,
we, we, we,
well,
look a little bit the
well,
same.
they are brothers.
Yeah.
They are brothers. So we have some of the same features.
But they not same in color.
No, sir.
Debate online, debating that they are the same color. That's not according to the Bible. So we know they were both twins, but some say they were the same color. Some say they were they was two different colors, according to what we read in the Bible. All right. Can you explain what the Bible says about us in the truth, holding grudges?
You missed one.
I see that. I ain't know if that's a different question, because that's the same person asking that same question. So the next question after that would be Connie Casey, right? When we was Israelite men and women chose to marry men and women outside of our nation today, are we doing a controversy to our bloodline and lineage? Does the Lord approve of us, other nations today? Does the Lord approve of us, other nations today? Hold on, that last part. Does the Lord, when we as Israelite men and women chose to marry men and women outside of our nation today, are we doing controversy to our bloodline and lineage? Okay, does the Lord approve? Go to Judges chapter 1 real quick. No, I'm sorry, Numbers chapter 1. It kind of, if that's something that you big into, but it don't really, you know, it hold weight now. I'm not saying it don't, but look at this Numbers chapter 1 real quick. Because, you know, being a man, you know, whether you marry outside of your race or inside of your race, the man is the one that carries the bloodline. So, you know, and then we're going to see why the Lord didn't want Israel to marry other nations. nations. It wasn't more so as to like, I don't want you dealing with this race because I just want you to stay in your race and your race only. Nah, it was more. It was more to it than that. And Solomon is an example to that, as to why the Lord did not want us marrying these other nations. We're gonna read some of that, but right here we just want to look at, you know, the man is the one that determines the race or nationality of the child, you know. So it don't really matter, you know, hey, you been a Israelite man or a Gentile man or African man, you know, whatever you have children with, that child is going to be of the father. And that's kind of what we're looking at, which is very minute or very small when we're talking about dealing with the Lord. It's major is because the Lord made a covenant with Abraham, and that covenant is still amongst us today, just like the Son is amongst us today, right? That covenant is still with us today, but the Lord deals with other nations. Yes, he does. So look at this Numbers chapter 1 real quick. Numbers chapter 1. Go ahead and pick it up at verse 1. Go ahead, bro.
And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying,
Yep.
Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their poles.
Every male, look at what it says. Every male by their poles. Poles being the head, right? But it says, after their families by the house of their fathers. The fathers will be the head, right? What is it in verse 3 now?
From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their army.
That's it on that. So we just looking at how, you know, the father is the one that is going, huh? What'd you say? Yeah.
I was just saying verse 18.
Okay. So we see is that the father is the one that's determining, right, the lineage. But we're going to keep reading, though. We're going to jump to 18. We ain't going to jump to 18, but keep reading, though, real quick. Then we're going to jump to 18. Go ahead.
And with you there shall be a man of every tribe,
Yep.
every one head of the house of his father.
You see that? Everyone head of the house of his fathers. That's what's going to be, you know, the man of every tribe from his father. Verse 5.
And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you. Of the tribe of Reuben.
You see that? Of the tribe of Reuben, what?
Eleazar, the son of Shadur.
Yep.
Of Simeon.
Yep.
Shalumiel, the son of
So look at where he's going to. He's going to every father of every tribe.
Right.
He's going to Reuben. Then he's going to Simeon, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Asher, Gad, Naphtali. You know what I mean? He's going throughout all the heads of the tribes, right? Talking about the fathers. Now read verse 16.
These were the renowned of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands in Israel.
You see that? Tribes of their fathers, right? Because the father is the one that's going to determine, you know, the nation of the child. 17.
Quick. So like where it say, or Naphtali, Ahira the son, so he would be the head of Naphtali, of that whole tribe of Naphtali. That guy.
Ahira, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Verse 16. These were the renowned of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers.
Because keep in mind, like, the fathers is the heads. That's why in verse 2 it says, at the end of 2 it says, the number of their names, every male by their poles. You know, just talking about the head. So we know that the father is the head, but now it's talking about, you know, like you just mentioned, the name, that's the one that's going to carry out his father's head. Of Naphtali.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, it says what, Judah, Nashon, the son of, you know, he's going to carry out, you know, that tribe. And then, you know, Zebulun, Eliab, the son of Helon, he's going to carry out the tribe of Zebulun. Adidan is going to carry out the tribe of Benjamin. You know. All right, now 18. Oh, 17.
17. And Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names.
Yep.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
And did what?
And they declared their pedigrees.
You see that? They're the pedigrees after what?
After their family.
You see that? We talking about the heads of the poles. You know, this is what came after Naphtali or what came after Issachar. But we know is that, you know, Issachar is the one that gave you the tribe of Issachar. Naphtali is the one that gave you the tribe of Naphtali, right?
Okay.
By their pedigrees. You know what I mean? Pedigrees is what, you know, the offspring or what came from out of them.
Okay.
All right, so it says declare the pedigrees after what?
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
You see that? By the house of their fathers, according to what?
According to the number of the names.
And what else?
From 20 years old and upward by their polls.
So, you know, if you're an Israelite, man, you know, hey, this is going to be you, you know. Gentile, man, this is, you know, you determine your seed. African, man, he determined his seed. So we're just looking at, you know, the first part of your question, right? The first part of your question, you know, the Israelite man or woman choose to marry men and women outside, you know, now it doesn't apply to the woman, though. You know, this applies to the man. So if an Israelite man marry outside, the child is going to be Israelite. You know, if the woman choose to marry outside, depending on, you know, Bob Marley is an example. You know, Bob Marley mama would be an Israelite woman, but his daddy is a Gentile man. So all that great music Bob don't sing, you know, a lot of people smoked a lot of trees to Bob. Nothing wrong with him. But when you look at Bob, Bob is a Gentile. That's why he was being teased when he was a little boy. You know what I mean? A lot of his peers teased him, you know, when he was a little boy. You go and look at some of the documentaries. A lot of them teased him, you know, because they knew that his daddy was a white man that disowned him. You know what I mean? So when you look at his skin, you're going to be like, yeah, you know, but it ain't really applied by your skin. You know what I mean? It's applied by whoever your father is. And we don't heard that saying is super old. You know, you are what your daddy is. You know what I mean? So, you know, being an Israelite man or a Gentile man or a Hamite man, you know, you control your seed, you know. So Israelite men and women, yeah, Israelite man will control the seed, but the Israelite woman, you know, because look at Titus. You know what I mean? Titus' mama was a Hebrew. That's what it says in the scripture. Let's go and read that. I think it's either Titus or Timothy. I think it was. It's one on.
Took one on to get circumcised, right?
Ain't it in 1 Corinthians or is it in
Not sure, bro.
I think it's in, we'll find it. It was Timothy.
2 Timothy 1, man.
Okay.
Just where it said that at, or I think that's
I think it is Timothy though.
said Timothy.
But I think it's Timothy who's both of them I think was kind of, what is it? 2 Timothy what?
That's not it. I thought it was 2 Timothy 1 and 5, but that's just talking about his grandmother. I think that's in the book of Acts though.
It's in there.
It's not in there. Okay.
Oh, you right. Yeah, you right. Acts 16.
Yeah.
See, that's talking about Titus.
Titus. Okay.
Yeah, Titus is a Gentile.
His dad
But his mama,
is Israelite.
his mama was Israelite. Acts 16 and start at verse 1. Hold on. It's Timothy. Yeah, it's Timothy, not Titus. It say right here though. It says Titus was a pure Greek, but it's talking about Timothy though. But I typed something in differently though. But yeah, it's Timothy though. Acts 16 and verse 1. Go ahead.
Then came he to Derbe and Lystra. And behold, a certain disciple was there named Timotheus,
Yep.
the son of a certain woman, which was a Jewess.
Which was a Jewish. Talking about Timotheus or Timothy, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy. You know what I mean? That's who Luke is talking about in this Acts 16 and verse 1. Because Luke is the writer of Acts. All right. So he says, Timothy, which was his mom was a Jewish and what?
And believed, but his father was a Greek.
His father was a Greek, right? So now look at what? Acts 15 now. Go to Acts 15 and Acts 15. But hold on. Is it Acts 15? Where he circumcised the man.
Well, it said right there in verse 3 too.
Is in 3?
It's
Okay, well, yeah.
right
Go ahead. Yeah. This is what I was looking for. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was well reported of by the brethren that were at Lystra and Iconium.
You see that? He what was well reported that his father was a Greek.
Yo.
That's what was well reported. Go ahead.
Him would Paul have to go forth with him.
Yep.
And took and circumcised him because of the Jews which were in those quarters.
For what?
For they knew all that his father was a Greek.
You see that? Because, he was of another nation. Talking about Timothy, because of his father
That's right.
being a Greek. So, just going back to, your
I was just about to say
He might.
probably with light skin.
yeah, he probably did. You got talking to the mic.
I see what you're saying though. Yeah, say it in the mic though.
Testing. Yeah. From what was just read, man, it sounded like he may have looked like he was a brother. So that's
Right.
why,
And I can see that.
yeah, it sounded like it looked like he was a brother, but they made sure that everybody knew he was Greek.
Right, because of what it said in verse 2,
Right,
which was well reported of
Well
by the brethren that was at Lystra and Iconium. Kind of like Bob's situation, Bob
Exactly.
Marley. You know what I mean?
Paul looked like he looked like a Hebrew. But
Everybody think we black, but we know who your daddy is. Boy, your daddy, you ain't really one of us.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Same thing going on with Timothy.
Same thing. Yeah. So just going.
That boy, they were like, boy,
Yeah. Well, we got to circumcise him,
Which
boy.
is why some of them boys, Paul, could have been why they were trying to get at Paul. Like,
They was heated.
They were mad at him. Yeah.
That he was, dealing with these other nations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going back to Connie Casey 8936, we finna touch the other part of your question because it's a two-part question. Choose to marry and women outside our nation today. Are we doing a controversy to our bloodline lineage? Does the Lord approve of us, other nations? So now let's go into what is it, Deuteronomy? Go to Deuteronomy chapter 7. Deuteronomy chapter 7. Pick it up at verse 1. Because the Lord, he wasn't really tripping on marrying other nations. Moses' wife was of another nation. You know what I mean? Joseph's wife was of another nation. So the Lord wasn't really bent out of shape on, marrying these other nations.
I just want to add something, man. For anybody that's listening, keep in mind, these people that the Lord asking Israel not to marry, them black people too.
Right.
Them was black people as well. So it's not a color thing.
Nope.
Just saying it was, there was Africans, there was black people.
Right.
A lot of cause I was a part of a camp that was making it seem like they was another look different or something, like they was some white people or something. Or
Right.
No, these was black people that the Lord was saying don't marry.
Don't marry.
So it wasn't about
Color.
Color. It was about what you about to read. So
Right.
You want to add that in there, man. That's all.
That's a good point. Good point. So look at this chapter 7 and verse 1. Go ahead, bro.
When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
Go ahead.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them from before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them.
Yep.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them,
Yep.
nor show mercy unto them.
You see that? The Lord don't show no mercy. Don't even make a covenant with them. The Lord wants you to utterly destroy them. Neither what?
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Yep.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son,
Nor what?
nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
So look at that. The Lord man, I don't even want your sons to marry their children. Because even though what we just read in Numbers chapter 1, what we just read in Acts 16, we see is that what? The man is the one that carried the seed, but the Lord don't even want you to even mingle with them. He don't even care that your seed going to be, the determining factor. The Lord don't want you to mingle with them. Why? Keep reading.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
This the issue. It wasn't more so as about, like the brother just said, we talking about black nations amongst each other. So it ain't about color at all. It's about what verse 4 said. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
That
and what?
they may serve other gods.
Hold on. You'll tell Micah to come over here. All our kids to come over here. All of them. What is y'all talking about? Y'all some goofy kid. Where Jude at?
Put your shoes on. We about to go.
Where Jude at? Okay. So it says, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that what?
That they may serve other gods.
See, this was the problem. Go ahead.
So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you.
Go ahead.
And destroy thee suddenly.
This was the problem. Go over to Kings real quick. Go to 1 Kings. Look at Solomon. 1 Kings 18. Yeah. That's what Solomon? Yeah. 1 Kings 11. Check this out. So the Lord wasn't really tripping because, Solomon had some strange wives, right? And he just talking about other nations. That's what he's talking about. He ain't like, oh, they strange, they weird. Nah, he just talking about they was of other nations. So look at what it says in verse 1. 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 1. Go ahead.
But King Solomon loved many strange women.
You see that? He loved many strange women. Together what?
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
That's another nation. Go ahead.
Women of the Moabites.
That's another nation.
Ammonites.
Another nation.
Edomites.
Another nation.
Sidonians.
Another nation.
And Hittites.
Another nation. Go ahead.
Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel,
Go ahead.
you should not go into them.
Neither way.
Neither shall they come in unto you.
For what?
For surely they will turn away your heart after their God.
Go ahead.
Solomon clave unto these in love.
And did what?
And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart.
That was the issue. Well, he got a lot of women in his ears, boy. That'll probably drive a man mad. For real. You dealing with 1,000 women. Make a God for my nation. I don't like how that God look. Do it this way.
Let's keep reading it, bro.
You know. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, keep going.
For it came to pass when Solomon was old.
You see that? It was old that what?
That his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
This was the issue that God was getting at. It wasn't so much about, marrying other nations and he have a race issue. That ain't what God on. Nah, don't marry them Gentiles. Don't marry them Hamites. That ain't, he wasn't about the race. He was about serving him. Who was going to pull who away? And the Lord knew it. This is why he set it up this way. Does it exist today? Nah. If your wife going to turn your heart away from you, you might want to, that could be done within the same race. You know what I mean? Shoot, within the same household. Two Israelites in the same house. One could turn them away from serving the Lord. That's going on right now. People don't walk away from the word based on their wives. Don't walk away from the word based on their husbands. So it don't even necessarily have to be, to this degree today. But what we see right here, we see is that the Lord is stressing this point is because they will turn you from serving me. So Solomon being an example to this, it says what? For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods and what?
His heart was not perfect with the Lord his God.
Yep.
As was the heart of David his father.
You see, so, we just looking at the Lord issue is, man, they're going to turn you from serving me. Keep reading, though. Look at what all Solomon did. Go ahead.
For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians.
Yep.
And after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites.
And what else?
And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord.
And did what?
And went not fully after the Lord as did David his father.
Keep reading.
Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab.
Yep.
In the hill that is before Jerusalem.
And what else?
And for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
Go ahead.
And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their God.
And the Lord was what?
And the Lord was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice.
And go ahead.
And had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods.
But what?
But he kept not that which the Lord commanded.
This was the commandment why the Lord didn't want Israel to mix and mingle with other nations, because it seemed like they had some strong influence. Yeah. You know what I mean? That too. They was some simples. Man, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and serve your God. If this is what it's going, if this is what it's gonna take. He was old, yeah, because when you in your old age, boy, you kind of let things loose a little bit. You ain't got that zeal like that no more. You know what I mean? we see that. We see some of them examples in front of us. You know what I mean? No. You in your late 50s. You ain't zealous no more. No, man, just give him a pass. What? That's why Nehemiah said what he said in Nehemiah 13. But y'all don't forget what the Lord did to our forefathers? But y'all tripping. So even right here, Solomon, hey, he started tripping, boy. So this really what the Lord is on. Connie Casey, does the Lord approve of us, other nations? Yeah, the loaded question. Julius, come on up, man. Controversy. Bloodline lineage. Does the Lord approve? Yeah, the Lord approve of other nations. Look at this. Look at this Revelation 16. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Appreciate you, bro. All right, man. All right, Sister Bree. He got to teach. I'm just playing. We still in Q&A, so can y'all go? Oh, you ain't going over there. You already blown that out there. Here, let them take your knots out. Take the knot out of his shoes. Whoever, it don't matter. Revelations 14. Keys in the side of my backpack. Revelations 14. And check this out. Revelations 14 and 16. And it says, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him. But look at what he said. He said every nation, right? Look at this Hebrews chapter 11. Now we read Hebrews as a faith chapter, right? So even in Hebrews chapter 11, you know what Rahab the harlot was, right? Rahab the harlot was not an Israelite. But look at where Rahab the harlot got named in the faith chapter, right? So it says, by faith, the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. So we see is that, hey, Rahab, not only that, Ruth was a Moabite. You know, the Lord accepts nations that serve him. Look at this Acts 10. Acts 10 and on 34. It says, then Peter opened his mouth and said, of truth, I perceive that God is not respect of a persons, but in every nation he that fear him and work righteousness is accepted with God. So, you know, yeah, the Lord approve other nations today. You know, it's about you serving the Lord.
Testing. We good?
Yep, that's what it's about. So,
Go to Isaiah 56.
okay. Question is based on marrying. No, you go. You good. Question is based on marrying other nations outside of Israel today, as we are coming to know who we are. Okay. Yeah, you can marry these other nations.
Yeah.
It's like you can marry within your nation and still get pulled away from the Lord.
That's very true.
You know. Hey,
see that with
I
Job.
said take the knot out of his shoes.
You see, Job's wife told Job to curse God and die.
Yep.
I'm sure they was in the same nation.
Yep. Isaiah 56.
Yeah, well, I don't know what was the question again? It sounds like this person been listening to IUIC somebody.
Oh, they probably haven't.
Or maybe not, I'm just saying.
When we as Israelite men and women choose to marry men and women outside of our nation today, are we a controversy to our bloodline and lineage? Does the Lord approve of us, other nations?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Isaiah 56 wouldn't be necessary. I guess Isaiah 56 just let you know that the Lord doesn't accept other nations if they're willing to serve the God of Israel.
Right.
But
yeah, it's no problem. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you're dealing with a woman or a man or a spouse that's want to serve your God, no matter what nation they are, and the Lord is gonna accept that.
Right.
That's all. So.
Right. So we hope you got some cleared that up for your sister, Connie Casey at 8. I'm sorry, Connie Casey 8936. All right. So, can you explain what the Bible says about us in the truth, holding grudges against one another? I see it going on within Israel. A lot of people that attend class every Sabbath. What does the Bible say about harboring anger? And if I forgot to say to everybody on the YouTube feed, bless Sabbath. I
Bless
texted,
everything, bro.
I texted, but I said it's well, you know. Where we going at, Jew?
I don't know. I would say we need to be uh, practicing fruits of the spirit. Period. You
Right.
gotta understand that this is the people that's us individuals that have came into the truth are not as plentiful as regular Sunday Christians, right? So basically what I'm trying to say is we all we got. This your family. Let's see.
Judah, don't open that. Let an adult.
Hold on 1 second.
I thought it was on the table. Yeah, I thought it was on the table, but then it was over there by the speaker. Zion, you need to get a hair covering on your head, okay? You do what I tell you to do. You do what I tell you to do. If I tell you to tie, you're going to tie. Stop saying what you ain't going to do. Go over there. She going to tie it. Go over there. And put your shoe on the right foot, man. Your shoe on the wrong foot, Judah. Your shoe on the wrong foot, Judah. All right, where you was at?
Yeah, I was just getting back to it.
Yeah.
Just let,
Fix it.
we are few, and we family, right? Understanding that, we should be treating each other like family. But then again, you got family that, hey, we get mad at one another, mad at each other,
Mm-hmm.
not speak for a while. As far as holding grudges, that is, Dog. All right, here, I think y'all can hear me now. But like I was saying, man, we're few. The Israelite community is few. I mean, as we wake up, as Israelites wake up and come into the knowledge of truth, we're expanding, but we still a few, and it's just understanding that we're family. This your family. Like, this my brother right here. So if I'm upset with him, hey, we might, and it's okay. Hey, knowing that we family, hell, you got family members that don't even really speak to each other and do all kinds of stuff. But so you're going to have that within the family. But at the same time, for those that hold it, that are for individuals that hold grudges, that these people still got work to do. But we have to keep in our mind to practice the fruits of the spirit, man. And everything, a lot of it goes back to that. And what was it? Galatians chapter 5. It's like the Lord knows how we are as individuals, and He give us a blueprint of how to.
You better make sure you tell her thank you for tying your shoe.
And He gives us a kind of a guide on how we should treat each other, because we won't play well with each other. Hey, but everybody got to work on something, man. Let's look at some fruits of the spirits, though, that we keep in mind, because the person that's holding that grudge against other people, that's something they got to work on. But you can't let it affect you, though, as far as you knowing what you need to do. So I've seen people stop, and the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is I've seen people stop going to church simply because they're looking at the behavior from others, thinking, well, they not right up in that, this and that. But this ain't got nothing to do with this. Your focus should be on the Lord. All of our focus. Whatever so-and-so is doing and whoever's doing what, don't concern me as an individual. The Bible tell you to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You know you came into the truth. You know this is the truth. But like I say, I've seen people walk away and not go to church or change churches because of what they might don't like about somebody else or what they feel like is wrong, what they do, whatever. But let's look at fruits of the Spirit, though, man. I've seen that, bro. I'm telling you. People, oh, yeah. Oh, I'm at 3. I've seen people. Let me see, man. Oh, yeah.
What you want?
But check this out.
Where you want to start at?
We can pick it up first a little higher. Then okay, let's see. We can pick it up at 16, I guess. Well, really, what I wanted is 22, but 16 though.
This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Okay, wait. What was the question again? So, the question is,
We shouldn't be holding grudges against each other.
should we be?
We shouldn't be.
Oh,
Can
no,
you
absolutely
explain what the Bible says about us in the truth holding grudges against one another?
Okay.
See, they see this going on a lot.
They see a lot of people holding grudges.
What does the Bible say about this?
Well, the Bible tells us to do this to each other. Yeah, go ahead.
This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh.
Okay, so it's a constant battle between the spirit and the flesh. Go ahead.
And these are contrary the one to the other.
So what you see of somebody holding grudges, that's a battle between the flesh and the spirit, though. Believe it or not, technically it is. Cause you holding the grudge, the person that's holding the grudge know they shouldn't be holding the grudge. But go ahead, bro.
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Mm-hmm.
But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
The law of what? The law of sin and death, right? Not the law, God's laws that gonna save you. No. You under death, because the wages of sin is death. Go ahead, bro.
Now the works of the flesh are manifested, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murderers, drunkenness, ravelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past.
But holding the grudge is I would say in the act of the lust of the flesh as well, though, because you have to actually basically it's an unresolved issue that the person won't let go. That's wicked. But keep reading, bro.
And such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have told you also in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
So, like, what if God was holding a grudge because you sinned?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. We got to think about because we done sinned so much. What if the Lord was like, nah, you did this in 1997. I ain't gonna let you in the kingdom because you want to change and you want to, you know what I mean? Nah, God ain't like that. Keep reading, bro.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
Okay, so hey, when we practicing fruits of the Spirit, we practicing love. What else?
Joy. Peace. Long suffering.
Long suffering. See, this is where the grudge. You got to be long. Hey, the Bible tells us to be long suffering. That's patience. You know, you holding a grudge against somebody. Your patience short. Go ahead. Read.
Goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Okay, go ahead.
And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and of lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
So if we living in the Spirit, how you gonna be holding a grudge against somebody? I don't know, man. That don't sound like you living in the Spirit to me. But keep reading.
Let us not be desirous of vainglory,
Uh-huh.
provoking one another, envying one another.
That's right. So I'm just, hey, the Lord show us how to treat each other within this Bible. As far as actual grudge, I'm not sure. I'm not thinking of any actual thing as far as grudging. I feel like holding a grudge is something kind of sort of like a little bit of pride too. You think?
Could be.
A little bit of mixed in. It depends on what they're holding a grudge for. You see, too, but still a grudge is a grudge, right? You basically upset to the point where you don't want to forgive somebody. So we got to be forgiving, man. So what is it? Let me see.
Go to Matthew 18 real quick to his point. The Lord said, leave your gift at the altar. Don't even bring a gift to him. If you ain't able to be forgiving, that means if you still holding a grudge, this is how you're supposed to resolve it first. Right? Matthew chapter 18 is the way to resolve the grudge. And if the issue still is occurring, then, let bygones be bygones. But there shouldn't be no hate held within your heart, one towards another.
No.
But look at this Matthew 18, pick it up at verse 15.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Yep.
Okay. And if he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
So this is what's supposed to occur. Hey, I got an issue with this brother. Now I come to him and we talk about it. And, we reconcile. Oh, bro, my bad. My bad. Now we dap up, hug, whatever. The Bible says I don't gain them. You know what I mean? Because we don't reconcile the matter. But what it say in verse 16, though?
But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established.
So look at what the first rule of engagement to when you got an ought with your brother. Go to him or your sister. Go to them alone. You don't need to take a entourage with you first. Nah, go because y'all could probably talk it out between the two of you all. Y'all don't need a referee to, diffuse whatever. Y'all could talk it out. Now if y'all can't talk it out, now you go and get you a couple of witnesses. And now you come back, right? Keep reading. 16.
16. Or 17.
Yep.
It says, and if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. And if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican.
So, nowadays, like, they consider the heathen or a publican. But now you go to the church, because the church, like it says in 19, whatever's bound on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever's loose is loosed in heaven. So it's like, the decision that the church finalized with, God agrees with it. But, this is the protocol as to how things should be done in the house of God, right? How things should be done. So it's like now, if you guys can't forgive, then then cast him out as a heathen, as a publican, right? Keep reading. What else to say, though?
It says, verily I say unto you, whosoever ye shall.
Nah, skip down to verse 21.
21. It says,
Yep.
Then came Peter unto him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Until 7 times?
So Peter like, man, my brother trespassed against me, Lord. I got to forgive him 7 times? Like, he actually came up with it. Completion, that's a good number then, right? 7 times should be enough, right? What the Lord said, verse 22.
Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times,
Yep.
but until 70 times 7.
Unto 70 times. So the Lord is really getting at you're supposed to always be forgiving.
Wow.
See, when you seeing brothers and sisters in the churches still holding grudges,
Yeah,
they ain't fully converted within the mind.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the brother just read in Galatians, chapter 5, like fruits of the Spirit is a level up from the commandment.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if people are still holding grudges against each other, they ain't really dealing with the word like they supposed to be.
So,
Seriously. You know what I mean? Because look at what the Lord, you had something?
I got Colossians 3, bro.
Okay. What you got in Colossians 3?
I'll just pick it up back and what you real quick. What is just saying about forgiving, man, in verse 12 and 13.
Colossians 3 and 12?
12 and 13, that's it. That's all.
Put on therefore as the elect of God.
That's how we should be acting like, right?
Yep.
So if I'm holding grudges, I'm not acting like the elect of God.
Nah.
But keep reading.
Holy and beloved, bowels of mercy,
Go ahead.
kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering,
But what else?
forbearing one another,
And what else?
and forgiving one another.
There you go.
If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you,
Oh,
so also do ye.
that's how we supposed to be treating each other, bruh.
Cause God ain't holding on to no grudges.
There you go.
Boy, imagine if he did.
Bro, we'll be in trouble, bro. I'd be in trouble.
I would be too.
I'd be in
I
trouble,
think a
bro.
lot of us would be.
Everybody be in trouble, man.
Salvation wouldn't even exist.
Exactly, bro. Whoever holding the grudge, I'm glad they not God.
It's like we gotta pattern ourselves behind Christ. You know what I mean? And when we not doing that, then who we pattern ourselves behind? Satan.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
cause look at what 1 John say. 1 John chapter 3. 1 John chapter 3. You gotta get from around these people, sis or bro. You know what I mean? Like, hey, cause in these classes, a lot of word is being read to them. You know, it ain't like, they ain't getting no word. No, the word is being read to them now. So, you got to ask yourself, is this the company you want to keep? Because the Lord going to deal with them. Yeah, we could read, the word to them. But look at what it says over here in this 1 John chapter. I meant to say chapter 2. 1 John chapter 2. And go ahead and pick it up at verse 8. Go ahead.
Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which is true in him and in you, because the darkness in past, and it says, because the darkness is past,
Yep.
and the true light now shineth.
Go ahead.
He that saith he is in the light,
Yep.
and hateth his brother,
Hate his brother, so they in the truth. But yet they hate their brother is what?
man, is in darkness even until now.
You see that? They in darkness. Now some will be like, oh man, I don't
man.
hate. Hate is such a harsh
cold.
thing, right? All right, cool. But keep reading because we're going to see what Jesus says. Go ahead.
He that loveth his brother abideth in light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
Yep.
But he that hateth his brother is in darkness and walketh in darkness, knowing not whither he goeth, because that darkness has blinded his eyes. Oh man, he walking blind.
Walking blindly. He
Oh,
think because
man.
I'm going to church, I'm keeping the Sabbath, but yet, you know, I hate my brother. Some will be like, man, I don't really hate him. Okay, cool. Let's go over to Matthew 5. That's it on that. Go to Matthew 5 real quick. I don't hate him. That's such a harsh word, right? All right. Well, look at what Jesus said over in Matthew 5. Matthew 5. And look at what he's saying, 22.
Let's see. Says, but I say unto you,
Yep.
that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause.
Hold on. Angry. See, the Lord ain't say hate. He said angry. Right? And then he said what? Without a cause. Shall what?
Shall be in danger of the judgment.
You see that? You're going to be in danger. Go ahead.
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council.
You call your brother a fool or he unworthy. He unworthy, old fool, senseless fool, you know. Hey, the Lord said you're going to be in danger of hellfire. Go ahead.
But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
You see that? Now look at what the Lord said over here on. Dang, I just lost my trace of thought. But the Lord, you know. You hate your brother without a cause, or you angry with your brother without a cause. You considered a murderer. You know what I mean? Like you can't feel like this towards your brother, towards your sister. Nah, because like the brother, you know, we went and read in Colossians, just like, you know, Jesus forgave us, we supposed to be forgiven of our brothers and sisters. So, you know, that's all I got. What you got, bro?
There you go. 31. Ephesians 4 real quick. Ephesians 4. And this is what the Bible telling us to do, man, and telling us how to treat each other, man. Ephesians chapter 4. And 31.
Ephesians 4 and 31.
Yes, sir.
Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice.
Go ahead.
And be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another.
Forgiving one another. Again, we see the Bible tell us to forgive one another. Holding grudges is not forgiving.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Even as God, for Christ's sake, have forgiven you.
Forgiving you. So, I mean, that's what the Bible is telling you about holding a grudge, forgiving people. Got to be forgiving, man. Holding grudges for what? I think holding a grudge take too much energy.
Yeah.
I could be happy. I could be in a good mood, right? Just hanging out, like feeling real good. You know what I'm saying? And then you see somebody that you got to holding a grudge for. Now you got to get in the bad mood now.
Right.
Or you got to not necessarily bad mood, but just your mood shifting though a little bit. You know?
It is. Cause this
Take
why?
Too much energy, bro. All right.
This why? What you just read.
Right.
I'm gonna add to what he just read in the same chapter.
ahead.
Read, jump up and read 26 in the same chapter.
Hold on.
Ephesians 4. We just read 31 and 32. Let's add 26 to that.
I had it.
26 and 27. Go ahead.
It says, "Be ye angry and sin not."
Neither what?
Neither it says, "Let not the sun go down upon your wrath."
You see that? Don't let the sun go down your wrath. You're supposed to be able to reconcile this matter before the sun go down. In other words, like even Jesus said, agree with thy adversary quickly. Like Jesus telling you to agree with your enemy quickly, right?
Don't let it ponder.
So if Jesus telling you to agree with your enemy quickly, Why wouldn't you want to agree with your brothers and sisters in Christ quickly?
Even quicker.
Yep, exactly. Because if not, look at what you're giving room for. Go ahead.
Neither give place to the devil.
Because that's what you're doing.
Yep.
You know, when you going to bed angry at your brother, your sister, and y'all got grudges, you giving place for the devil.
Yep.
Now instead of him being your adversary,
Yeah.
you know, he a friend, or he your partner now. You know, because now you don't let the sun go down on your wrath. Now wrath is eventually going to probably turn into rage.
It's gonna be crazy.
You know what I mean?
Start
Now
percolating.
you might snap on the individual at the drop of any type of word. You might just snap because you got all that anger built up. That's not godly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not Christ-like.
Right.
You know, you should be able to agree with your brother and sister quickly. You know what I mean? So if they still operating like that, man, I run from around them. Seriously. I get the heck from around them. So yeah.
But check this out. But here's the thing, though. People that are dealing with holding grudges, and this is
happened? I even know it.
show you how to deal with that too, though. You know,
Yep.
in the same chapter.
Right.
Watch this. What is this? 17. Forget about 17. What is it?
This I say therefore,
Uh-huh.
and testify in the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk,
Okay, so you be acting like the Gentiles, man. What?
walk in the vanity of their mind,
Okay, go ahead.
having the understanding darkened,
Okay, go ahead.
being alienated from the life of God through
Uh-huh.
the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart,
Blindness to their heart. Who doing what?
being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness,
Mm-hmm.
work all uncleanliness with greediness.
Greediness, but what?
But ye have not so learned Christ.
Mm-hmm.
If so, be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him.
Now, what you gonna do when you start dealing with the word? Now, you're supposed to be in the word. You know, dealing with God. This for the person that's still working on holding the grudge. Go ahead.
As the truth is in Jesus,
Uh-huh.
that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old
So
man,
you're gonna change who you will, but you gotta change that. Go ahead.
which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust,
Hey, that is a part of being corrupted, ain't it? Go ahead.
and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Because if you holding a grudge against somebody, you basically operating like you said. You let the devil step in.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, bro.
And that ye put on the new man,
Oh, you're gonna put on a new man. Go ahead.
which after God is created in righteousness
Uh-huh.
and true holiness.
True holiness. That person that's holding grudges, they know they not operating in righteousness and true holiness. You know that. You know you shouldn't be doing that. But everybody want to make justifications in their own mind, though. Like, oh, well, it's justified. Well, no, it ain't justified, bro.
Right.
But go ahead, brother.
It says, wherefore putting away lying,
Uh-huh.
speaking every man truth with his neighbor,
Uh-huh.
for we are members one of another.
Okay, so we are members one of another. We in this thing together.
Mhm.
That's what we in this together. Go ahead.
Be ye angry and sin not.
Like you just said, go ahead.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Why?
Neither give place to the devil.
Right, but because that's what you're doing. But yeah, but I'm sorry. But yeah. But that's it.
Nah,
on
you
that.
cool.
That's it on that.
Yep.
But yeah, man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, we know you had a loaded question, Connie Casey 8936,
I'm gonna read this real quick. This is Ephesians 6.
Ephesians 6.
Yeah,
And what?
10. I'm gonna read this too. Ephesians 6 and 10. I don't know. I just want to read it. Huh?
Oh, you want to read it?
I don't care.
Okay.
I just feel like it need to be read.
Finally, my brethren,
Oh, go ahead.
be strong in the Lord
Uh-huh.
and in the power of his might.
At the end of the day, and do what else? So if you dealing with somebody that's holding grudges and making you feel a certain way, just remember this. Do what?
Put on the whole armor of God,
Go ahead.
that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Uh-huh.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
But what?
but against principalities,
And what else?
against powers,
Uh-huh.
against the rulers of darkness of this world,
What?
against spiritual wickedness in high
So
places.
you not really dealing with the person. You dealing with the spirit that's behind the person.
Right.
That's driving this person. Really. So, but you be armored up. Don't let it phase you though. This just some ammo to kind of, because a lot of times we do go to church and we deal with people, and it make you feel a certain kind of way. If you might have stepped on a brother or sister toes one time, you ain't mean it, but they still holding grudges, and you really want to be forgiven for it, and then you come into church and they holding a grudge. And this the last place you want to come after dealing with the world all week, and then on the Sabbath I gotta deal with foolishness again. Nah, man. That's why we must stay protected. Put on the whole armor of God, so that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darknesses of this world, and spiritual wickedness in high places. Go ahead, bro. 13.
Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God,
The whole armor of God. Go ahead.
that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day,
Uh-huh.
and having done all, to stand.
And what else?
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about
Uh-huh.
with truth,
That's right.
and having on the breastplate of righteousness,
Uh-huh.
and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Okay, go ahead. What?
Above all,
What?
taking the shield of faith,
The what?
wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Oh, man, you be able to throw them. Man, they throwing them darts at you. You be able to take them darts as long as you protect it. Yeah, man. So just, don't let it phase you, though. You do what the Bible tell you to do, and then that's it.
That's it.
Give it to the Lord. That's all you got to do.
Yep. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anybody in house?
Certainly not that.
Yep. Yes. What? What? No. What she asked? What? We'll give it to 7:15 if nobody got no question.
True.
Close it.
True that.
You know they did it. You know they made it. It's law now that we always gonna be on this time. It ain't no more daylight saving time no more.
Wait, when they did that?
They did that they just passed that in law. So
I didn't know that.
It's always gonna be this time.
So they ain't okay.
Nope. Nope.
Well, they changing times and laws right now, boy.
Yeah.
That lets you know.
It's called the Daylight Savings Bill. It says the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Sunshine Protection Act on July 14, 2026.
Well, they just did it 2 days
Yep.
ago.
In a bipartisan 308 votes to 117 vote. The bill seeks to make daylight saving time permanent,
Well, they
but faces steep resistance in the Senate. But that's daylight is permanent now. So I wonder, like,
so it's gonna
how's
be
that?
dark
How's that?
9 o'clock.
How's that gonna affect like certain type of
It's gonna affect
crops and plant? I mean, like flowers that grow, because usually when the days are shorter, we know we entering into the winter time of the year.
Yeah.
So it's like, boy, in Florida, shoot.
It's gonna be
I mean,
long nights every night.
It's gonna be
Damn.
no, it's gonna be short nights.
No, well,
The nights are shorter now, cause we lose an hour of sleep.
Hour of sleep.
We gain an hour when the days are shorter.
I see what you're saying. So when it get dark at like what? About 9:15, right?
Yeah,
Dang.
and then the sun come
So
up
that
at
mean the
about
days are longer.
5:50, 6
Okay.
o'clock.
So days are longer. I
Yeah,
got
nights
you.
are shorter.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Don't it say something about them in the Bible about them changing sign times and laws?
Yeah, that's in Daniel chapter 9 or 10.
Yeah, man, that's scary that they just did that though. Actually,
Now everybody in the
That's
world.
actually scary.
You know everybody in the world don't honor daylight. That's only an American thing.
oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that's something that we do.
Okay, I don't know.
But I think it may do something when it comes to. I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying though. Yeah, man, you may be on to something.
Cause it's like when you look at like how the earth tilt, it just seems like it might throw off
Throw something on.
the seasons or
Yeah,
something.
year round like that. You gonna throw some. We're gonna figure it out. You gonna figure it out. In a minute.
Yeah, like something ain't gonna grow right, as far as in like a crop.
Something.
I wonder what's the benefit though.
Animals, groundhog.
You know what I mean? Like what made them pass that law to like it got to be a benefit for them. You know what I mean? Like if you really put an act out called the Sunshine Act Law, you know what I mean? It got to be some type of benefit that they're gonna reap.
Of course. Of course.
The Sunshine Protection Act.
Wow. What they protecting?
Yeah.
Like what the heck they protecting?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Like it's something that we don't know of or we're not aware
Yeah,
of,
figuring this out.
but it's something that they protecting something. I just find that interesting though.
Yeah.
I was talking about that with my brother in Atlanta, brother Tony. He told me, it's like, bro, they passed the sign, they passed the daylight saving times. We ain't doing that no more after this. So dang.
That's weird. That's scary, bro.
Like I wonder how they gonna do with all the clocks. You know what I mean? Like for real, like when you think about the cell phones, they just automatically, adjust to the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering like what they gonna do with that. I guess they got some type of technology switch where they could just turn that off and it don't even exist no more. But
It's weird. Like the clocks in the hospital, you don't have to, they're battery operated clocks on hang on the wall.
yeah,
But when that time changed back,
They change?
They drove back by themselves, bro. Like you don't even have to do nothing to them. It's wild, bro. I have no idea how that works. I haven't looked at the science behind it.
Yeah, that's
That's
gonna
pretty strange. If I can hang clock on my wall, they change it.
be December is gonna be 9
gonna
o'clock.
change itself.
Still light out.
Yeah,
The light still gonna be out.
it's gonna be. Yeah.
Now, what? So this is what they did, right? They removed it, but you got to realize it's gonna already fix itself. So it's still gonna do because the Earth is spinning on certain type of axis and it's tilting a certain type of way when we are coming into the winter season. Now that I'm thinking about it, because just think about it when it's about to get ready for the time to change forward like we are right now. You start to see the days are starting to stretch out a little bit. Like before they adjust the clock, we starting to see, you know, it's starting to get dark now by around 7-ish, 8 o'clock or 7-ish. You know what I mean? Far as it now, when they add the time now, it stretches it out a bit more. So even I think it's gonna adjust itself anyways. You know what I mean? And instead of it getting because the Earth is what's involved with this. The Earth, the way it tilt a certain time of the year, is involved with this as to why it's gonna adjust itself. You know what I mean? So
you saying the night's gonna get back?
it's gonna do
Longer?
it itself.
It'll get back longer?
Yeah, it's just not gonna be like what we see. Like it's get dark like around 8, 9. It's gonna start getting dark like around 7-ish, 8. You know what I mean? Come the fall year, it's gonna start getting dark, but it's not gonna be that late. It's gonna be a little bit earlier, maybe about around 7-ish. You know what I mean? Almost 8 o'clock is gonna start getting. So I think it's gonna adjust itself. You know, just like it typically does before we come into the winter season.
Right. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's interesting though. I think that's a waste of time anyways when they be doing that.
Yeah.
Giving us an hour and taking it away. I think it's a waste of time. Like, why y'all doing all that? Just let it be. But I don't see them as doing it how we look at it. I see them doing it. They looking for some type of reward in this. My phone about to die. You ain't got no charge on you? Yeah. Oh, it's charged up? I can't find mine no more. I think mine's in the truck somewhere. You glad yours pink? That what you said? Oh, it's purple. Oh, so I can't be trying to claim it. That's mine. You don't even know where yours at. Why you handing me Judah glasses? Can you stop holding them like that? Oh, he sleep? So I know you ain't got no questions? No? It's okay. What time is it? Yeah, we got 5 more minutes, bro.
It's all good, bro. You know, I'm just chilling. Yes,
dead now. I'm dead. Who brought it upstairs? Where's Zuri at? Zuri sleep too? Oh, okay. Zoe, you stay down here. She's gonna do something dumb. Like what? Don't slap nobody, girl. Tie your shoe up. Can you tie your shoe? Okay, it don't matter. We got 3 more minutes. We got no questions on your phone. Can you go sit down somewhere and get off that chair, please? Boy, you can't find YouTube? We got a question. Does marriage request father and son? Does marriage represent? Are you talking about the Father, God the Father, and God the Son? Is that what you, is that? Is that what you're referring to? Does marriage represent the Father and the Son? I don't marriage. Nah. I wouldn't say that marriage between a man and a woman represents the Father and the Son. But let me think about that for a second. Does marriage represent the Father and the Son? I mean, in a sense, it does. Because look at this John 17. Is why I say this. Spiritually speaking.
John 17.
Yeah. Spiritually speaking, yeah, it does in a sense. To a degree. You know. And this is why I say this. Spiritually speaking.
John 17 and what, bro?
Verse 1.
It says, "These words I spake Jesus, and lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Father, the hour is come. Glorify thy Son, that thou my Son also may glorify thee.
Mm-hmm.
And thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as ever many as thou hast given thou. As thou hast given thou. And this is life eternal. They know I'm sorry.
Oh,
They
you need to
that-
go slap some water on your face.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm
Oh.
exhausted. As where we at? Oh, verse 3. And this
I'm
is
using
life.
I'm using your Google right quick, if you don't
And
mind.
this is life eternal. Yeah. It says that they may know thee, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, who thou hast sent.
Yep.
It says, I have glorified thee on earth. I have finished the work which thou givest me to do. And now, O Father,
Go to John 14 now.
glorify thyself.
Go to John 14.
Oh.
I ain't mean for you to read all that. I was trying to get you to read that to wake you up.
Oh, yeah.
But go to John 14.
John 14.
And
Hey, what's that? Where we at?
read verse 8.
Philip saith unto
Hold
him.
on. Read 7. And I say this spiritually speaking, right? Spiritually speaking, I say that, marriage. Oh, did we get more questions? Oh, okay. Marriage, spiritually speaking, is how the man and the woman is, kind of like the father and the son are. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, yeah.
7.
7.
John 14 and 7.
If ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also.
Yep.
And from henceforth ye known him and have seen him.
And you have seen him. Look at what Philip said, verse 8.
Philip saith unto
Excuse
him.
him, y'all.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Man. Philip saith unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us.
So Philip said, show us the Father. What Jesus said, 9.
Jesus saith unto him, I have been so long time with you.
Have I been
so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me?
and you ain't
Philip?
know me? I've been all this time with you and you ain't know me? Philip, go ahead.
He that seen me has seen the Father.
Go ahead.
And how sayest thou then, show us the Father?
10.
Believe thou not that I am the Father,
Yep.
and I am the Father in me. The words that I speak unto you, I speak not unto myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works.
Go ahead.
Believe me that I am in the
Father.
in the Father, and the Father in me.
Go ahead.
Or else believe me for the very works.
So we just looking at how, they are one. That's what we looking at. Hey, Jesus told Philip, hey, if you seen me, you seen the Father, right?
Uh-huh.
Just speaking in a sense that they are on one accord, right? They are one. Go to 1 John. Go to 1 John chapter 5.
That's right. These three are one. That's right. Telling you that.
1 John chapter 5.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what it says in verse 7. Go ahead.
There are three that bear record in heaven:
Go ahead.
the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost.
Go ahead.
And these three are one.
So these three are one, right? And again, we looking at this from a spiritual perspective as to how marriage is supposed to be. Now go to Genesis real quick, because now let's look at what marriage looks like in a spiritual aspect. Genesis chapter 2. Genesis chapter 2. And pick it up at verse 23. We ain't going to read all of this, but we're going to look at Adam and Eve, right? And look at what was said regarding, Adam and Eve. Go ahead.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bone,
Yep.
and flesh of my flesh.
Yep.
And she shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man.
24.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife,
Yep.
and they shall be one flesh.
Now we know, when you cleave to your wife, you ain't physically one flesh, but you are spiritually.
That's right.
Because y'all are now cleave one to another. Look at what it says over in Ephesians chapter 5. And again, spiritually speaking, because we speaking the ways of, we speaking the ways of God. Better yet, go to Genesis 18. Look at the example, Abraham was showing us as to look at what God said regarding Abraham. Genesis 18. And look at what it's saying, verse 19. Go ahead. Talking about Abraham. Go ahead.
For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him.
And his household after him. All right, go ahead.
And they that shall keep.
And they shall.
And they shall. Oh, yeah, bro. Oh. And they shall keep the way of the Lord.
They shall keep the way of the Lord to do what?
To do justice and judgment.
That what?
That the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him.
Now look at what the Lord said pertaining to Abraham. The Lord said pertaining to Abraham, that he shall teach his household, his family, after the commandments of God. Again, we just looking at from the spiritual aspect as to, we seeing how the Father and the Son are one towards another. We seen in John 14, Jesus said to Philip, hey, when you see me, you see the Father, because we are one. Mm-hmm. Just like it's supposed to be within the household between a man and a woman, they are one. Go to Ephesians chapter 5 now. Look at what Ephesians 5 say. Ephesians chapter 5. We ain't going to read all of this, but we're going to read 31. No, we're going to read 30. Look at what it says. Go ahead. Ephesians 5 and verse 30. Go ahead.
Verse 30?
Yep.
For there are members of his body.
For we are
members of his body.
We are members of his body, of
his
what?
Flesh,
and what else?
And of his bones.
We talking spiritual speaking, right? 31.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother,
and do what?
Shall be joined unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh.
And they too shall be one flesh.
Shall be.
You see that? So we saying is that I got you. You go splash your face real quick.
Yeah.
But it says we see is that we now have two that have became one. Right? And this is all done by way of the Lord. So when you're looking at, spiritually speaking, from an aspect of them being one accord or on one, yes, the marriage is, similar to just like how, the Father and the Son are. They are one with each other. Just like me and my wife, we are one with each other. So even right here we see is that in verse 31 it says, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. 32, this is the great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. So we just looking at, in that aspect, as the Father and the Son are one, so are the husband and the wife one. Because look at what it says over in this 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 6. 1 Corinthians 6. No, I'm sorry. 1 Corinthians 7. It says, 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and 10. I ain't going to read all of this. I'm going to start at 10. It says, "And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband. But if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband. And let not the husband put away his wife. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believe not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. And the woman which have an husband that believe not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are holy." Because look at how the children are now made holy. They are now made holy by either the believing husband or the believing wife. But we just looking at, God being in the midst of all of this, right? So it's kind of like, like I was saying earlier, God, Son, 322, is that when you look at the spiritual aspect, pertaining to marriage between the man and the woman, yes, they are supposed to be one. Just like how the Father and the Son are one. The husband and the wife are supposed to be one. Because look at what happened when they become married. They have no longer, they have joined themselves. They are no longer two or twain, but one. So, yes, in a sense, or, in a small scenario, I wouldn't say small, but in certain aspect of, God and, the Father and the Son, marriage between a man and a woman does have similarities when it comes to, them being on one accord from a spiritual aspect. So I hope we was able to clear that up. Or you got some clarity. All right. But yeah, Connie Casey 8936. I got you. You had a loaded question. So your question wasn't just regarding marrying other nations. You had a loaded question regarding marrying other nations, being an Israelite man or woman marrying outside of, the nation. Does the Lord approve of other nations? Like today as we are coming to know who we are, is it a problem marrying other nations? So, like, yeah, your question was loaded. So we touched on the lineage comes from the Father to why the Lord didn't want Israel marrying into other nations. And yes, the gospel is for all nations that fear the Lord and keep his commandments. So we answered your question according to your question. It was loaded. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close it on out. I think that was the last question.
I done woke up now,
Oh, you up now? We'll wait then. We'll wait.
Whatever.
Nah, we'll wait. Because they did ask a question after we.
I was knocked out for a second.
Yeah, you was.
You
splashed your face?
Yeah, I had to splash my face though. Yeah, I ate it. Yeah.
You ate your jerky?
A little piece of yeah, man.
Okay.
Wake me up a little bit though.
I woke you up a little bit?
Yeah, man.
Oh, the jerky got some energy in it?
Right.
It's like got like an energy drink?
No. No, it's just.
God, that doggone NOS. Is it a NOS jerky? Like them NOS energy drinks?
I like the. I used to.
I know you left. You left one.
I left one.
You left one here last Sabbath.
Oh, I left that.
Oh, it was But I had pulled it out
Why left it at?
in the fridge.
I did. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
I was like,
I'm tired.
I
drink
guess he
it
ain't
now,
need
so.
it. Whatever energy drink you had when you was here, I think it was a Nas, but I know I pulled.
Probably most likely is a no.
I know I pulled it out because I was like, when he come back for it next time, it's gonna be stale.
It'll be flat.
I ain't gonna have no energy in it no more. It's just gonna be a good drink,
It's
a good
drink. It's gonna be
yeah,
flat.
what they call them sodas, water.
Oh, man,
It's gonna
but
be
tonic
something like.
they got. Yeah, but it won't even taste like a tonic water.
Well, you know it.
Yeah, they gonna be
Oh, okay.
flat.
Well, yeah, that part. The AC over here blowing on your back while you had fell asleep.
Exhausted, boy.
Good thing you got somebody in the car when you be riding back now.
Mm-hmm. You know how I don't know how.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't know how I used to do it.
But she won't want to ride with you, boy. You the side he used to drive back. That joker, boy, you hear do 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 do. You in the passenger seat looking. You know that don't nod at all. You in the passenger seat and you look like, is this really happening?
What's going on?
Is this?
We done had a couple of them already.
Oh yeah, oh so she already know that.
You know what it is.
I drive, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, I drive. You go on and sit on over there, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, boy.
Funny, man. But you know, but you know what though? What I can say, boy, look here, them, for what 3 years or so? I was
Yeah.
coming from down south.
Yeah.
3 hours,
Yeah.
twice a month. Boy, when I be coming down, boy,
It's a
Lord
little-
kept me, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Lord
did.
kept me, bro.
Oh yeah.
There was so many different times, so many mornings when I just, no matter how many, I don't care how long I slept for, I still felt just tired. Like,
Then when you woke up, your eyes big because you like,
whoa,
boy,
that was
about
close
to.
call.
Yeah.
I'm woke now.
And you up for a little bit. You scared as heck. Nigga shaking like.
One time I was driving and everything was looking like it was doing like this a few times actually.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I know it's time. It's time to pull over. I gotta pull over. I call you, bro. Look, I gotta pull over. I gotta pull over, dog. You're like, this over here. Like, listen, man.
Man.
I don't know.
Pull over.
Yeah, boy, I know. I know when it's time to pull over.
Well, let me pull over.
Pull over, do some jumping. You're like, man, do some jumping jacks, man. Pull
Yeah.
over, do some jumping jacks.
Yeah, I know. I used to tell you that.
I'm outside the car doing jumping jacks at the gas station.
Hey, it worked.
It worked. You gonna wake
Yeah,
up. I'm
you
gonna
go.
slap water on my face, go out there and do jumping jacks, and then they be like, what this dude doing?
What is he doing?
Man, he tripping.
Do about 50 jumping jacks, jump back in the
Molly
car.
alone.
You need a what?
He leave that Molly alone. Or
Yeah.
something, answer to something.
Hey, if y'all ain't got no questions in 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh your own. We gonna switch out.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it. Stayed in one piece.
Did it though.
Sure did. The Lord did it.
Yeah, he did.
Definitely wasn't me.
Zion, can you tie your shoes up, please? Or won't you tie them and then tuck them in your shoe? Okay. Yeah. I'm shocked. They usually beat shoes in the dirt. They have them for about a couple of weeks. They have about a couple of weeks, and they be looking like they had them for a couple of years. You know. All right, now won't you tuck it? All it's gonna help you from not doing is tripping over your laces and hitting your face against the wall. Cause that's what's gonna happen. We got 4 more minutes. Good job. Shh, don't tell everybody. That's a secret. Okay. All right. You gotta pull it tight now. Now tuck it. There you go. All right. Yep. Now you ain't gonna trip and hit your face. What's up, Sister Claire? Tampa has an old people's home. If y'all looking for retirement funds, what that mean?
What she said, Sister Claire, what's happening? What's she say?
She said Tampa has an old people's home. If y'all looking for retirement funds.
Retirement plans? What's she?
No, she said retirement funds right there.
Retirement funds.
I don't know what that mean.
I guess he calling us. I guess he's trying to say, what? Cause I be following this.
Oh, probably yeah.
I'm old.
Oh,
I don't know.
I guess I don't know.
I don't know. It would be nice though, just to retire.
Just to do what? Retire?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. We ain't gotta wake up and go to work no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, look at here, boy. And then your bank account just still do what it does.
And they still do it. Bills still get paid.
Boy, what stop teasing my mind, boy?
I don't have to go to work. It's just everything's gonna be there for me. The money is still there. I ain't got to work for it.
That'll be dope.
Yeah.
The government should just let us save our money for a whole year, pay all our bills.
Right?
Seriously, just pay all our bills for a whole year and let us stack our cheese.
Right, cheese.
Boy, look at here. Boy, they did that.
1 year, though, American people get to stack their money for a
I'm
year.
a little country, and we ain't got to pay our taxes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we gonna give you whatever you would have grossed.
Whatever you would have grossed.
We gonna give you whatever you would have grossed.
Not net.
Not net. We gonna give you back whatever you would have grossed.
Yeah, for the whole year.
Boy, I'm leaving the country, boy. After that year hit,
Yeah.
boy, I'm gone.
Out of there.
Cause they gonna find a way to get it back.
Oh, yeah, they going to get that back.
They
Raise gas.
They gonna find a way to get it back.
Get it back twice. Double time.
For real.
Tax for it.
Yeah, man. Working sucks. Boy, I be telling my kids, man, y'all want to rush going to work? I'm talking like the young boys. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They 21, 19. I'm like, boy, y'all.
They just looking at it as getting things that they want for themselves.
Okay.
Cause I couldn't wait to go to work, so I could. Cause my mama, she wasn't buying all that stuff that we wanted. So she's basically focused on what we needed. You know.
That's what my mom was. I went and
need,
got a
I
job
got you.
and I got what I wanted, but
Yeah.
I ain't want to pay no rent though.
Nah, cause you ain't gonna have no more money.
I ain't gonna have no money.
So now you working for
You
like
ain't got no rent money. You ain't got enough money to cover. You ain't got enough money to cover rent, car, and any other little extra amenities you like to get in.
Because that's the problem.
Sleep on my mama couch, boy, with my whole family. Seriously, man. Let's go ahead and close out, man.
All right.
You see that? Look, it's daylight out there, but it ain't like peaking.
It's almost 8 o'clock too.
Yep.
Crazy.
We finna get ready to close out. We ask that the sisters cover. I'm sorry. Everybody face the room. We should already still be covered. All right. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us of our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
In Jesus' name we pray.